Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sarkey Farmstead. So my name is Samantha, and I am the co-owner and operator of a 2-acre organic, debt-free, sustainable farmstead located in southeast Louisiana. Folks, do I have a video for you? We've been going deep into what's going on Maui for obvious reasons. Stephen and I had an invitation from the King of Hawaii to go back in August and meet him in Hana, right? So we're going to go back. We're going to record for you guys and document for the world everything going on with the sovereignty for the indigenous peoples of Hawaii. But my sister sent me this today and it was very interesting. The Hanak, that's part of the French Polynesian Islands, okay, New Caledonian, right. Okay, so they're actually rioting right now, folks. They're rioting, and I want you to watch this film.
Airport, but it could be days before visitors stranded by the unrest can get out.
A political leader of the indigenous Kanaks is calling for calm, but told News Hub France must back away from its plans to change voting rules if it wants the protests to abate. Investigations correspondent Michael Mora has the story.
A ceremony at the airport to return the bodies of 2 police officers to Paris. It came as their colleagues worked to lift wreckage from the blocked highway. French authorities say they removed 76 barricades on the road to the airport overnight, but since then, more roadblocks have been set up.
We did not call for all this violence. We've been calling for the roadblocks to stop.
This is Jimmy Nauna, a political leader representing indigenous Kanak. The scenes unfolding in Noumea was sparked by moves in Paris to allow more French nationals in New Caledonia to vote. But Nauna says the wider context is failures of the decades-old Noumea Accord, a deal which came with promises of greater independence.
Noumea Accord, in some ways, did not fulfill the expectations of the local population, especially the youth.
Add to that the social and economic crisis in Noumea after COVID. What do Kanak want?
Basically, what we want is clear, and we've been asking for this since the 80s, is that we are given the right to self-determination and that we decide on our own future. Call for this electoral reform to be suspended or to be totally withdrawn.
If you'd like to support our trip to Maui, guys, I'm going to drop in the top of comments all the different ways that you can send funds, even $1. I know you're sitting here, you think I only have a couple of dollars, and that's not going to help, but it does. There's almost 50,000 people on this YouTube channel, and if every single person would send $1, we would have $50,000 to pass out to the fire victims when we get there, folks. We can make a difference in somebody's life, but it's going to take you and I rowing in the same direction. Now, you might be asking yourself, how and why was I worried about this when we've been talking about Maui? The reason I brought this forward was France has decided to allow people to vote on this island. People, residents who live there that are French. Well, the problem comes down to you're going to remove the voice of the indigenous peoples. See, that's what's currently happening in Maui, folks. The indigenous people are only 27% of the population, and that's mixed blood and pure, right, of Hawaiian descent. There's only 7% of people on Maui who are actually of indigenous bloodlines, pure. So my point is this. When you're only 27% of the population, your vote normally doesn't count for much. The people there, the indigenous peoples there, are upset. Can you blame them? I mean, think about it. You have a beautiful island that's been taken over, colonized. And now the one thing that you had, which was your vote actually counted, is going to be taken from you. Now, do I think that the residents that live on the island have a right to have a voice also? Yes. But where's the middle ground? Because the island doesn't belong to you. If you move there, even if you live there, you're technically just a visitor, folks. That land is indigenous land, and it belongs to a certain group of people. And every time a new person moves there or a new person begins to vote, the indigenous people population reduces in numbers, and their voice has a less weight behind it, so to speak. And then I found this interesting article last night. We're in May of 2024. The fires on Maui happened August of 2023. It has taken 8 months to issue the very first building permit in Lahaina. 8 months, folks, for the first married couple to get their building permit. Now, I've been bringing recognition to what's going on there to you guys for several reasons. One, because we're going back and we're fundraising for that. But two, because the injustices just keep piling up. Guys, when I started reading this article in Maui Now, I was so shocked. Look at this. The permits are going to cost upwards of $800. $800 to get the permits to rebuild your home or your business. Right? Right. Everything they're going through in the permit. So I went to the permit office because I was like, good Lord, like that's a lot. Look at these fees that Maui charges. Look at this. If the cost of your home is like over $150,000, your fees are like $600 and it just keeps going up. Well, I can't imagine anybody can build even a single dwelling home with 2 bedrooms and 1 bath under, say, about $180,000 on that island. Not with how expensive the land is and the building materials, because you got to ship everything in, folks. There are no manufacturing plants on that island. So everything is shipped in. So people are not just paying what you and I pay when we run to Tractor Supply or Home Depot. They're paying an exuberant shipping cost to get those products across the Pacific Island. So nobody's going to be building a house for less than $800 in permit fees just to start. Then there are permit fees to work on a residential driveway. A permit fee, folks, for an alarm system. Then you get a fee if it's a false alarm. Now, that blew my mind because we all know Maui has one of the most state-of-art fire, tsunami, hurricane warning systems in the world. And what did they not use during the fires? Their state-of-the-art alarm system. But you're going to charge residents for false alarms. I was blown away this morning. When I saw this article last night, I was just like, I cannot believe it. Here's some more of it. Yeah, they're expecting that it could take 5 to 20 years to get some of the residents back to building their homes. Can you imagine being displaced for 5 to 20 years while you wait for someone to okay you being able to go back on your property and build your home? Folks, the one thing I pray every day is that the people who live on these islands will vote out these politicians. And I hear a lot of people saying, well, you get what you vote for. And yes, that's true. But don't you understand that the indigenous peoples of Maui didn't vote these people in? They didn't vote them in. And they can't vote them out because they're only 27% of the population. And not all of those are voting age people. Some of those might be incarcerated. Some of those might be mentally ill. So maybe, say, 18 to 20% of the votes are actually from the indigenous population of Maui and Hawaii, and they're stuck with people like you and I moving on their island and determining what's going to happen there. I mean, whoever thought it was a good idea to permit literally everything? Every toilet you put in your house, you got to have a permit for, folks. I was so shocked looking at the rules. Now, I'm not going to split hairs, but guys, this is what Democrat policies look like. Because I don't know many people in the financial situation right now on Maui that can afford those permits. And no, they're not offering waivers. Or discounts. No, they're not. What they said they would do is probably find a nonprofit to help pay for it. Well, I mean, we did raise $162 million for you, Maui. You mean, can you not give those people a break? You have $162 million at your fingertips. Governor Green, Mayor Bisson, and you can't cut the permit fees for the fire victims? Are you crazy? Do you not know there's people like me broadcasting this to the world? We're not going to stop. What we think what you're doing is wrong. You have your hand in the cookie jar, friend, and we have all caught you. Folks, if that was me in that position, they would have trouble. And I don't mean they'd have to worry about me physically. They'd have to worry about this brain working against them, because I would work against them. Another thing, go in today to take CPR first aid for the new school that we're building. And our music minister called me and said, I just need you to pray Ephesians 6 over you and Stephen. And I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, I pray that sometimes, but yeah, I'll definitely do that. And she said it's because, and she's shocked where it's coming from, someone is coming out against us, Stephen and I. And I know what it is, and she knows what it is. It's Satan. It's always Satan, guys. And it's greed and it's envy. But what a shame that somebody would speak out against the two people who brought back children's church, and I am basically teaching for free, folks. I mean, what do you have to complain about? I mean, what have I supposedly done that bothers you so much? I will say this. I told her I will pray for that person because I have found this to be true. When you come against God's child, when they are on the road that God has set them up for and is moving in the direction that God wants them to go to, it's not going to be good for you. It's not. It's simply not going to be good for you. Hold on, guys. Sammy, come on. Come out of those woods. Samson. Hey, Hammy. Sam. Y'all see him? Y'all see Mr. Guilty? Everybody sees, right? Samson, there's 7 million people watching you. Come on. Come on, cutie pie. Come on. Get on this side. Y'all stop it. I don't know if I caught that, but he did a jump and body slammed into his big brother. Every day, folks. Every day they're like children. But I just wanted to bring all this to you guys. Ask y'all to please continue to share our videos. We need to get more people on the boat. I had an amazing email from a lady who said she might be able to get our plane tickets for free for us. Thank you, Jesus. I'm going to reach out to her this morning. I will keep you guys updated on that. We're still looking for anybody that might have a timeshare in Maui for August 1st to the 11th that they can let us have for this mission trip. Every dollar we don't have to spend on, plane tickets and housing when we get there, guys, that's more money that we're putting back into the hands of the indigenous people. So please pray, like, subscribe, comment. Ooh, y'all see that deer fly? Share this video, let the world know what's going on. The indigenous peoples of the world are standing up, folks. They're standing up. They're standing up. Don't give up on Maui. They need you.